It's just a quick tour of the Surfysonic office studio. I'll start with this Disney stuff in my old Navy thing here. Anyway, back to the guitar. 63 Jaguar, 63 Jazzmaster Fenders, of course. Fender 65 Blue Sparkle Mustang. Then we've got the Gibson ES-135. We got the Gretsch Vintage Select 53 Duo Jet. Then we got the Players Edition BT Broadtron Duo Jet kind of thing. Then we got a CVT Corvette with TV Jones T90s. And we've got the Gretsch Streamliner. It was a limited run with the P90s. It's pretty sweet. And those from the Duo Jets and the CVT and even the Streamliner and even the Hot Rod, actually all of these guys have true arc bridges, which are a nice upgrade. And then the Hot Rod Gretsch 5410T, whereas I went sticker crazy. There's my Gretsch Blue Burst 6120 Blue Burst. And then back in the corner there is my big old Country Club. Then over here, if you like tellies, we've got the, I think it's a 2009 or 2006, I forget. Probably wrong on both dates. The matching headstock surf green Telecaster with, I put in some Seymour Duncan broadcaster pickups. Then we got the American Vintage 52 reissue roasted ash Tele. And I upgraded it with some brass accoutrement. It's pretty sweet. Then we got the Fender Player Edition, Fender Player Tele HH. It's awesome. It's a very good guitar. This is a what do you call it? It's not the original neck. I have the original neck, but it's a modern C basically, and I like a big chunky neck. So this is a licensed chunky neck for it, and Fender licensed. And then we got my basses, and that is the 57 reissue on the left, refinished in Daphne Blue. Then we got an American Original 60s bass. I bought those in parts because the Olympic White didn't have the rosewood neck, and I got the rosewood neck because it's got sweet clay dots. I love the clay dots. So and also I already had a maple neck precision, so this P bass doesn't. It's got rosewood. This is an old American standard jazz bass. And the sweet thing about it, you can see the color difference. Even though it's a poly body, it's aged. It's pretty sweet. And the it's definitely had a life. It's it looks like I've been gigging with it for years, which it wasn't me, it was the previous owner. So I don't want to cheat. Anyway, and then over here we got the Mosrite 66 bass, the Ventures bass. It doesn't have the cheesy Ventures headstock, so that was scrubbed off or whatever. But it's an excellent punky bass. Then over here, now to the offsets. Let's do the wide shot. Offsets. Oh! Now, anyway, so to the left is a Squier Vintage Squier J Master's Signature Jazzmaster refinished in shell pink. At the time this was refinished, which was about 4 years ago or so, maybe 5. I didn't have access to any Squier labels, logos for the headstock, so we threw a Fender one on there. But I got the Squier neck plate on the back. It also has an upgraded, I have the stock pickups, I think, somewhere, unless I gave them away. But I've got Fender Pure Vintage 65 Jazzmaster pickups in it. Then I've got an American Vintage 65 Stratocaster. Then I've got a Ventera Mustang. It's modified, so it does the And it also has a replacement neck because it's nice and chunky. I want a big chunky Strat neck, and that's what I got on that one. Those Strats I'm probably going to hang on to. I'm done with Strats. I'm all good. I'm all set for them. Then over here we've got the Squire Vintage modified Mustang with the Spitfire pickguard. It's got Seymour Duncan Myth for Mustang pickups. It's a pretty sweet guitar. Decal comes off with no harm to the finish, as far as I can tell. Pretty sure. Then we got this really sweet guitar I just got recently. I had one before that got damaged. I think I put a story out on Offset Guitar Forums about it. It is a Fender Modern Player P9 Mustang P90. It's got a black 9.5 radius. I don't know if I can get that in focus. Bridge, and it's a kind of a Daphne blue wash, and it's a sweet guitar. The neck on this bad boy is incredible. I mean, this thing is gorgeous. I love it. It's a nice dark tint. You can probably see the control panel is falling out because I used the screws for it for my Mustang build, which you're going to see in a second. I've got the new screws on the way. They should be here tomorrow. Or there's a slight delay. I think there's a slight delay, but I'm supposed to get them this week or next. Then here's the brand new Fender Player Mustang. Not Modern Player, but just Player Mustang. And this does not have the trem system. It's just got the Strat, like, try to get my big old head out of the way. And it's great. It's good guitar. My only thing is the neck is a modern C. They call them Cs now, but they're not. They're modern Cs. Well, I guess that's the same thing, but it's not like the old Squire C shapes, which were thicker. So they've basically, I guess, made them all become modern C as the C. So it's a little too thin for me. So definitely trade bait worthy, even though I really just got it yesterday. It's a gorgeous guitar, though. Sounds and plays great. I just put some 11s, D'Addario 11s on there, and it sounds great. And then here's my new Mustang build that I absolutely adore. I don't think I'm going to give up this one. This one's a keeper. I get the body off of Reverb. It's a Halcyon blue. It's a milk Halcyon blue finish with the grain you can see. And yeah, I've got like standard Mexican offset player pickups that I'm probably going to upgrade to some Lindy Fralin split rails, which I happen to have in this Tele body. I'm expecting a new all rosewood neck that I'm going to put on this Tele body. This is all brass components from Armadillo Brass in Texas. The guy's great, does some great work. And it's a nice flat, there's no edges on the ashtray bridge. And these are the Lindy Fralin split rail pickups. They're like humbucker, but they still got the spank and tone. So for the Mustang, he's got some Mustang ones, split rails for those too. So probably gonna upgrade those at some point. And then, so this is my little workstation where I do my soldering, and got one of them monster things from StewMac. It's great, works so well. And some other components and things ready to go into another build. Here's my Allen amp with a custom-made cab I added for a 15-inch tone ring cab for it's got an old JBL 15-inch speaker. There's my 62 Bassman with I just got yesterday a Surfy Bear Classic reverb unit. It's got an actual reverb in it, but it's a lot smaller than a normal one. Here's my big old Super Bassman bass amp, and over here is my 1960 Vibrasonic with a 1964 Fender reverb unit. So you can see it's a bit bigger than the old Surfy Bear. Surfy Bear's is wide, but it's flatter, which is kind of cool. I kind of get tired of having to swap out the reverb. You know, I just like to keep stuff with the same amp, so I'm lazy that way. So, and here's my pedal board. Pardon the cables. I was playing earlier. So here's my cables. So I have a lot of duplicate types of pedals, but that's because I'm going to do demonstrations, shootouts, comparison videos on my channel. And there's the comic book guy. And here's my Princeton amp, 63/64. Its tube chart stamp is 64, but it's got 63 components in it too. So it's pretty cool. Oh, my Lindy Freeland hat, my Grun's guitar hat, most importantly, the SPCA hat, and a Carter Vintage hat. And here's a little body I bought offline for less than $200. It's a relic. It's pretty cool. I messed it up. So, and the pre-drilled holes don't line up for a Tele neck, Fender neck. So, I don't know what I'm going to do with that. Anyway, that's about it. Here's my desk. It's a mess. And this is the command center. And then I'm a gaming geek, so there's lots of gaming geekery. I'll just show you all that stuff real quick. Okay. And then my window to look for the UPS forlornly going, when is my new guitar or pedal or whatever else coming? Anyway, thanks. Bye.